I remember those days so clearly. A heavy cloud seemed to hang over everything. A palpable sense of weariness that settled deep in our bones. Our nation, once so vibrant and seemingly cohesive, felt like a collection of disparate parts, each pulling in its own direction. Political arguments raged, sharp, words flung like stones across every dinner table, every public square. It felt like we were constantly on the verge of fracturing. Each new headline a fresh wound. The economy, too, was a relentless weight, a constant hum of worry in the background of our lives. Jobs were scarce, opportunities even scarcer, and the gap between the haves and have-nots stretched wider every day. You could feel the resentment simmering, a quiet anger that threatened to boil over at any moment. Trust in institutions, in our leaders, it had all eroded. People were tired, genuinely exhausted by the constant bickering, the endless cycle of blame. We had lost our way. You know, there was no unifying narrative anymore, no common story that bound us together. Instead, we had 1,000 tiny stories, each one a tale of personal struggle or perceived injustice. And they all seemed to pull us further apart. And our national football team, well, they were just another symptom of our malaise. They were a reflection, a mirror held up to our collective struggles. They hadn't won anything significant in decades, consistently underperforming, often stumbling at the first hurdle. The media, of course, loved to dissect their every failure, piling on the criticism. And honestly, who could blame them? We, the fans, had grown weary too. We'd seen so many false dawns, so many promising starts fizzle out into predictable disappointment. There was no real belief left, no genuine expectation that they could ever achieve anything great. They were just a team, a collection of individuals who seemed to carry the weight of our national cynicism onto the pitch. With them, every loss felt like another confirmation of our own collective inability to rise above our circumstances. We were a nation that had lost its way, and our football team, bless their hearts, seemed to be just as lost. There was no shared vision, no common purpose, just a lingering sense of despair and the quiet resignation that this was just how things were now. We had stopped dreaming, you see. We had stopped dreaming. You see. So when the World Cup rolled around, most of us just shrugged. Another tournament, another early exit, another reason to feel that familiar sting of disappointment. I remember the first match, against a team everyone expected to crush us. But something shifted that day. We didn't just draw, we won. A scrappy, unbelievable win that sent a tiny tremor through the nation. Then another win. And another. Suddenly, we were out of the group stages. It felt like a dream, a collective hallucination, a glitch in the matrix of our usual disappointments. But the real transformation, the true roar of unity, began when we entered the knockout rounds. This was no longer just about football. This was about us, about proving something not just to the world, but to ourselves. The quarter-finals were different. The air crackled with something more than just anticipation. The quarter-finals were different. The air crackled with something more than just anticipation. And then, whether it was the final whistle of a glorious victory or the heart-wrenching silence of a noble defeat, the tournament ended. But that ending, I realized, was just the beginning of something else entirely. I remember the days and weeks that followed. The initial euphoria or the collective ache. It didn't really matter which. What mattered was the profound shift. Our nation, once so fragmented by old wounds and new disagreements, suddenly saw itself in a different light. We weren't just a collection of individuals anymore. We were a story, a shared narrative of courage and resilience. Our self-perception had undergone a seismic change. We walked a little taller. Our voices carried a new resonance. Internationally, the world had seen us too, not through the lens of our past struggles, but through the lens of our passion, our unity, our sheer human spirit, we had shown them what we could be, what we truly were beneath the surface. Did the unity last forever? Perfectly intact? No, I'm not naive enough to believe that.